England want previously unchecked egos to be put aside for their first test since the Ashes, with just 5 members of the team that finished their disastrous tour down under name to face West Indies in Antigua this week. Already set to lead a markedly new-look outfit for the first of 3 tests in the Caribbean from Friday morning, Joe Root has a further change to contend with after Ollie Robinson suffered a recurrence of the same back injury that sidelined him during the final Ashes test in January. The absence of Robinson, whose fitness was publicly questioned by the team's bowling coach during that match, leaves England without 3 of their 4 leading wicket-takers since the talented seamer's debut last year, having already axed legendary double-act Jimmy Anderson and Stuart Broad. Quick single succession plans muddled by veteran know-how. 2 of their 4 leading run-makers over that same period have also been discarded, as have batter Ollie Pope and wicketkeeper Sam Billings to round out the omissions from the 3-day defeat in Hobart that sealed a 4-0 series loss. Opener Alex Lees will make his debut, and Sydney Thunder quick Saqib Mahmood could join him in earning his maiden Test cap if England go with an all-pace attack, with Dan Lawrence, Ben Foakes and Craig Overton all receiving recalls. England's best bowler during the Ashes, Mark Wood, vice-captain Ben Stokes, promising openers Zach Crawley and veteran Chris Woakes, along with skipper Root, are the 5 to hold their spots in a 12-man squad for the series opener. England's 12-man squad for first test against West Indies: Joe Root, Johnny Bairstow, Zach Crawley, Ben Foakes, Dan Lawrence, Jack Leach, Alex Lees, Saqib Mahmood, Craig Overton, Ben Stokes, Chris Woakes, Mark Wood. Along with Pope, Butler, Billings and Burns, Hasib Hamid and David Malan both missed selection for the series, also featuring tests in Barbados and Grenada. Root is eager to draw a line under campaign in Australia that has seen their director of cricket, head coach and batting coach lose their jobs and left a question mark over the long-term futures of their all-time leading test wicket-takers. Both Broad, 35, and Anderson, 39, have expressed their disgruntlement. The former articulated dismay at losing his spot after world-class returns over the past 8 years, while the latter was left frustrated by a 5-minute phone call from interim cricket director Andrew Strauss. Missing ton feels worse than a low score, Kawaya. England have insisted it is not necessarily the end for the pair, though permanent replacements are yet to be made for cricket director Ashley Giles and coach Chris Silverwood. Root, who criticised his Broad and Anderson-led bowling attack following their defeat in Adelaide for bowling too short, has refused to say whether he played a role in the pair not being picked for the Windies tour. They will be 38 and 42 respectively by the time England's next Ashes tour arrives in 2024-25, but Broad has said he wants to play in next year's tests against Australia at home. Quick single Kawaya leads fight back as batters continue dominance. In their stead for the first test at the Sir Viv Richards Stadium, England are expected to give the new ball to Woakes and Overton, who have collectively taken 38 wickets, at 50.53 from 20 tests outside the United Kingdom. The side has a renewed focus on players putting the team first, with Woakes suggesting that had not been the case in Australia over the summer. Kawaya, Warner fight back in absorbing first session. In Australia, we maybe got into a place where people were thinking more internally, thinking on personal levels rather than thinking fully about the bigger picture, and about how to win games of cricket as a team, he said. We're trying to focus on that in particular. The last week or so we've tried to focus on how we can get better at doing things as a unit rather than individually. Naturally, it's a game that produces individual performances, but we still need to be better as a collective. We can't just rely on certain individuals to always step up and put their hand up. Qantas Tour of Pakistan 2022. Pakistan squad: Babar Azam, Mohammad Rizwan, Abdullah Shafiq, Azhar Ali, Fawad Alam, Haris Rauf, Iftikhar Ahmed, Imam Ul Haq, Mohammad Wasim, Nasim Shah, Nauman Ali, Sajid Khan, Saud Shakil, Shaheen Shah Afridi, Shan Masood, Zahid Mahmood. Australia Test squad: Pat Cummins, Ashton Agar, Scott Boland, Alex Carey, Cameron Green, Marcus Harris, Josh Hazlewood, Travis Head, Josh Inglis, Usman Kawaya, Marnus Labuschagne, Nathan Lyon, Mitchell Marsh, Steve Smith, Mitchell Stark, Mark Steckety, Mitchell Swepson, David Warner. On standby, Sean Abbott, Brendan Doggett, NIC Maddinson, Matthew Renshaw. March 4th to 8th, First Test, Rawalpindi. March 12th to 16th, Second Test, Karachi. March 21st to 25th, Third Test, Lahore. Australia ODI and T20 squad: Aaron Finch, Sean Abbott, Ashton Agar, Jason Berendorf, Alex Carey, Nathan Ellis, Cameron Green, Travis Head, Josh Inglis, Marnus Labuschagne, Mitchell Marsh, Ben McDermott, Kane Richardson, Steve Smith, Marcus Stoinis, Adam Zampa. March 29th, First ODI, Rawalpindi. March 31st, Second ODI, Rawalpindi. April 2nd, Third ODI, Rawalpindi. April 5th, only T20I, Rawalpindi. All matches to be broadcast in Australia on Fox Cricket and KO Sports.